Baker Mayfield is a huge reason why the Browns have gone from being a long-time laughingstock in the NFL to one of the league's most electric teams. Prior to his arrival in the land in 2018, the team's first overall pick that year, the Browns struggled to find a long-term answer for their quarterback woes. While some argue that the jury is still out on Mayfield, it's definitely refreshing to see Cleveland with a solid status in football's most crucial position. Speaking of stability, we're about to learn more about the one person who perfects Baker's life balance. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Emily Wilkinson, Baker Mayfield's wife. Emily Wilkinson was born in the city of Omaha, Nebraska prior to meeting Baker. She attended the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in 2013 before she moved to California. Baker and Emily had been dating for a few years when Baker was still slinging spirals for the Oklahoma Sooners in Norman in 2017. According to a 2019 profile on the quarterback by ESPN senior writer Mina Kimes, Emily was initially uninterested in Mayfield because she had reservations about getting into a relationship with an athlete. A mutual acquaintance introduced the quarterback and his fiancée, who was from Nebraska, in 2017. Wilkinson was living in Los Angeles at the time. She claimed she was hesitant to date a punk football player and resisted Mayfield's approaches for months. He constantly followed and unfollowed her on Instagram in an attempt to catch her attention. They finally exchanged messages in late December, and he persuaded her to meet him before his final college football game, the Rose Bowl, and she grudgingly agreed to meet me for lunch. Mayfield's perseverance paid off in the end, as it did not take long for him to land the girl he had been admiring. He was able to demonstrate to Emily that he could put football aside and make her the center of his attention, which is something that many guys struggle with. From Kimes' report, here's more from Wilkinson. I assumed he'd be the typical playboy athlete. Wilkinson, who is 4 years Mayfield's senior, adds, because the Rose Bowl was the next day, she assumed they'd spend most of their day discussing the game, but it was rarely mentioned. Instead, she claimed that Mayfield spent the whole first date grilling her with questions about herself, her family, and her future aspirations. The next day, since Oklahoma season was over, the quarterback texted Wilkinson and told her he was remaining in Los Angeles. He moved in with her and her brothers 3 days later. Emily and Baker got engaged 6 months later. Mayfield and the Sooners did, in fact, lose the Rose Bowl against Jake Fromm and the Georgia Bulldogs in 2017, therefore eliminating Oklahoma from contention for the national championship. Mayfield ended the game with 287 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and an interception on a 23 of 35 attempts. It's also worth noting that Mayfield's teammate in Cleveland's Nick Chubb, who was with the Bulldogs at the time. Wilkinson opted to join Baker Mayfield in Cleveland when he became pro in 2018 after the Browns selected him first overall in that year's NFL draft. That meant she had to resign from her job in Beverly Hills. I'm thrilled to announce that I'm only leaving Galena's plastic surgery because I'll be embarking on a new adventure with this guy in Cleveland, Emily added. She described the transfer as bittersweet, adding that working at the surgery center had been her favorite job ever. Baker and Emily became husband and wife a year later, in 2019, when they married in Malibu, California. Mayfield's wife also landed a job in Cleveland soon after he married Baker, as she was employed as a special correspondent for WKYC's 3 News team. According to director content Adam Miller, her position there includes reporting on innovative trends in health and wellness and sports subjects in Northeast Ohio. Baker and Emily celebrated their 2nd wedding anniversary only a few weeks ago. Of course, she sent Baker a nice heartfelt note on Instagram writing, I cannot believe it's been 2 years. We've been married longer than we've been dating and engaged, and I can declare that with certainty I adore you more than ever. Thank you for being the best life partner. Now let's celebrate. Speaking of Baker Mayfield's wife, she has over 222,000 Instagram followers where she always updates the current developments as Baker's life partner. She also has a Twitter account that has about 50,000 followers.
5 to the Chargers, this one downfield, Beckham, got him, touchdown!
Mayfield with all kinds of time. Nobody open. Mayfield on the run to the sideline.
To Hooper, now fresh set of downs. Baker's going to throw across his body, wide open, and it is...
That's all there is to it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video about Baker Mayfield's wife, Emily Wilkinson. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Sport Inc., and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.